Hey traders, welcome to the trading channel and welcome to another weekly market predictions video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about three major pairs. I'm going to be talking to you guys through my expectations on each of these pairs and the major levels of structure that I'm looking at for trading opportunities. So if that sounds interesting to you and it sounds like something that would bring value to your trading, then make sure you go ahead and click the subscribe button below the video and the notification bell, because we come out with videos like this each and every Monday. Also, click that like button for me while the intro and disclaimer roll. And if you want to get real personal with us and also receive alerts about these videos and more educational content that we produce before anyone else, then you can go ahead and click the link in the description labeled email list to sign up for our email list. While you do that, I'm going to let the intro and disclaimer roll, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Alright guys, so welcome back. Let's go ahead and start this video off the same way we always do, by looking at the daily chart and breaking down this Aussie dollar chart. Today we're going to be looking at the Aussie dollar, the pound dollar, and the dollar Swiss. We did a video last week on Friday about the euro dollar and the dollar yen, breaking both of those charts down, which are normally included in these weekly market prediction videos. But since we just did a video on those, I'm not going to be showing those in this video. What you can do is just click the link in the description if you want to see that video, or in the top right hand corner of your screen. I'll put the link in one of those little cards in the top right hand corner. But other than that, let's go ahead and break down the Aussie dollar. And breaking down a price chart needs to be the beginning steps before you take a trade based on any strategy, based on any trading plan that you have. And that's what I'm trying to do with these videos, is show you exactly how that I break down price charts every single day before looking for actual trading opportunities. I think this could be extremely valuable for you, whether you're a complete beginner to the markets or whether you've been in the markets for a while. And what do we do first when we're breaking down a price chart out here on the daily chart? Well, for me, the first step is always taking a look at trend analysis. What trend are we in? So here on the Aussie dollar, let's see what trend we're in. Let's go ahead and break it down. Well, we had a market that was definitely in an uptrend, right? We had this nice move up, breaking above plenty of previous resistance levels, making new highs. We then had our pullback and another move up, giving us a 1, 2, 3 move. What I mean by 1, 2, 3 is we have a low, a high, a higher low, and a new high. I'm not real sure what's wrong with me today, or why I considered this 1, 2, 3, 2 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is the 1, 2, 3, 4 move that I look for in order to qualify something as in trend. So this was definitely in an uptrend while we were looking at this market last week and over the past couple of weeks. But if we delete all of that, what do we have now? Well, now we have the beginning stages of what could be a reversal in that most previous trend. The most previous trend that was an uptrend. Why do we now have a possible reversal? Well, the reason we have a possible reversal now is because this market just pushed down and broke below this previous daily level of support. Now we don't yet have my 1, 2, 3, 4 move that I look for in order to classify something in trend. So I'm not classifying this as a downtrend. This is more like being in no man's land. I'm not real sure which direction the market's going to go. We don't have a predefined trend based on market structure as of yet, but we have just broken below a previous support level. I want to be aware of that, and because of that, I can take a look at shorting opportunities down on lower time frames, because as we just talked about, this is an indication that we could see a reversal in trend. So how can we take advantage of that opportunity now that we know we've broken below a previous support level here? How can we take advantage of the fact that we could possibly see this market continue in the downward direction? Well, one way is by looking at major levels of structure. As you can see, this market found support right at that blue line multiple times in the past. It found support at that area as well. Now we've come down to this area and broke below it. What do we know about price action? What do we know about structure? We know that previous structure support can become resistance. I know currently this candle is above our blue line at 0.7816, but if this candle can close back below that area, then this will be a very nice place to start looking for some shorting opportunities here on the Aussie dollar. And because of that, let's go ahead and change the color of this line to red, because we do use red in order to mark resistance and blue for support. So the very first thing we're going to be looking for here out of the Aussie dollar is some resistance from this area at 0.7816 to possibly push this market down in trend continuation, at least a retest of these lows, possibly trend continuation all the way down to our next support level at 0.7730. Now the second most likely scenario here on the Aussie dollar, in my opinion, is a move back up into 0.7893. We could quite possibly see something like this because of the amount of a sell-off we had right here. We had a huge sell-off, so this market finding some relief all the way back up into 0.7893 is not out of the question. If the market makes it up to that area within this week, this is an area I will definitely be looking for shorting opportunities in possible trend continuation, possibly completing this reversal, giving me that 1, 2, 3, 4 move and pushing this market down to continue in this downward direction. Now, some other things we could see out of this market is if we get this push down, we could see some support coming in at 0.7730. So that's where we'll be looking at for long opportunities. And we actually need to go ahead and zoom the chart out and find another level of support here for the Aussie dollar. So as I zoom the chart out, I already see the next level of support that I'm going to be paying attention to. See if you can spot it while I grab my horizontal line tool. That level of support is right in there. And the reason being because we have a market that has found support, resistance, and now if this market can come down in this level once more, we expect it to be a place for the market to find support yet again. That level is 0.7632. So that'll be the last level of support that we'll be taking a look at for long opportunities that we're going to point out in today's video. More than likely, we're not going to get all the way down to that level this week, but that is something to pay attention to in the future. So that's a breakdown of the Aussie dollar. That's what we're looking at this week on this pair. Let's go ahead and move on to our next pair, which is going to be the pound dollar. All right, guys, so here on the pound dollar, we have a chart that would be somewhat controversial. The reason I say that's because I think this chart would be defined as being in an uptrend by some traders and be defined as being in a downtrend by others. And why do I say that? Well, I say that because of this double top scenario we had last week on this pair. For some traders, a market pushing up, creating this higher low, and then pushing below that higher low would qualify this as being in a downtrend. Now, is that right or wrong? Well, the answer is neither. That's not an incorrect way to look at the market. It's just not the way I look at the market. So for me, the way I look at the market and the way I define trend, we are in an uptrend until the market comes down and breaks below this previous support level. Or we create my 1, 2, 3, 4 move. That would look something like this. 1, 2, 3, and then a lower low. So we need a pullback and then a lower low before I would qualify this as being a possible reversal here on the pound dollar. But currently, what I see is this market still being in an uptrend until we break below this previous support level. And again, if your analysis says that the pound dollar is in a downtrend because of the break of this minor support level right here, then that does not mean that your analysis is wrong. It just means that we have different ways of defining trend, and that's okay. That's going to happen. So for me, though, what I'm looking for here on the pound dollar is long opportunities, and I see a really good area to look for those opportunities on the chart now. It's at 1.3829, right where the market is hovering around on lower time frames. I'll be looking for some kind of long opportunity from this level. Now, other than that, what else could happen out of this market? We could see a further push down, again staying in an uptrend, all the way down to 1.3597. If we get down to that area, it's another point in the market that I'll be looking for really accurate long opportunities on lower time frames. Now, if we get a little bit of a rally out of this market, we could see this market push all the way up to 1.4091, and although the market would still be considered in an uptrend at that point, this is an area I would look for counter trend short opportunities at this major level of structure in here, right around the neckline of this double top. So that'll be the first place we're looking for short opportunities, is around 1.4091. Another level we can look for shorting opportunities if the market pushes above that area in trend continuation. Our counter trend level will be at 1.4409. Right around the 1.44 even handle. That'll be the next level we look for counter trend shorting opportunities here on the pound dollar. So as for the pound dollar, right now at this moment, looking for long opportunities off our current level of support at 1.3829. So there's a breakdown of the pound dollar. Let's go ahead and move on to our next pair, which is going to be the dollar Swiss. So in our last weekly market predictions video here on the dollar Swiss, we actually talked about a few different scenarios that could play out around these major levels of structure. And a lot of those scenarios actually came true. So what I'm going to do is play a clip from our last weekly market predictions video, talking about these key levels and those scenarios that were possible, and then we'll come back to the live dollar Swiss chart and talk through what actually happened on this pair. So let's go ahead and take a look at that clip, and I'll be right back. So here we are on the dollar Swiss, and we're actually floating around a major level of structure right now, around the 0.9385 level. Right in here is a place we can expect the market to find possible resistance and trend continuation. Now, is that exactly what I'm looking for? Well, no. If I get an entry reason here, will I take the trade? Yes, of course. But that's not what I'm necessarily expecting to happen because of this huge move we've had down on the dollar here lately. I actually expect a bit more relief out of this pair, and I'm looking more so right up here at the 0.9446 level for possible resistance. Now, my trading plan says that I can take a trade from the 0.9385 level. So, of course, if some kind of really good entry reason happens on a smaller time frame at this level, then I will be taking a trade. But again, in my opinion, the more likely scenario is a bit more of a rally out of this market before we see that next continuation in the current downtrend. When we see that continuation, what are our counter trend levels? Well, the first level we can look at is where this spike came into. You see this candle wick here that spiked down to the 0.9295 level, right around the 0.93 even level. That's the first place we can look for counter trend long opportunities here on the dollar Swiss if we get a push down. The second place. Okay, traders, so in that clip from the last weekly market predictions video we did, the market was on this candle here, the red one that you see. At the time, this candle was green and it was hovering right above the 0.9385 level. But as you heard in the video, we talked about this level being possible resistance and said that if we get some type of entry reason here, we can definitely take it at least down to the bottom of this candle wick. Remember talking about that in the clip? The bottom of this candle wick is where we expected the market to find some kind of possible support around 0.9295. Let's go ahead and delete this and see what the market actually did from these levels. So at 0.9385, where we expected to see resistance push the market down, that's exactly what happened. We got to push down to where? Our candle wick here. We got to push down to the 0.9295 level. Then we got to move a little bit lower than that, pushing below that candle wick. Directly afterwards, though, we close back above that level, showing some support from that area, the exact area we were talking about, around 0.9295. Now, continuing, the next place we talked about seeing possible resistance is where? The 0.9446 level. This is the level I was talking about seeing some resistance that could push the market down into trend continuation. So the market gets up to that level. Directly after hitting the 0.9446, we get this big bearish day, showing that that level acted as resistance. And we actually had a pretty nice entry reason down on a lower time frame right at the 0.944 level. Now, it's not an entry reason we were able to take advantage of because it happened during a time when I was asleep, but it was still a nice entry, and I think it'll serve for a good educational purpose to go down to a lower time frame and show you guys some of the stuff we're looking for at these levels. And also, I want to show you this to show you how valuable it can be to be alerted about these videos that we come out with each and every Monday, pointing out these key areas in the markets. Now, being subscribed here to YouTube, that's great. That will keep you alerted, but unfortunately, YouTube takes like 3 days to actually alert you about videos after people produce them. So after the release of this video, you'll be waiting 3 days until you get notified about it if you're just subscribed here to YouTube. And markets move pretty fast, so by that point, it may be too late to actually take a trade based on the key levels we pointed out. So what I would suggest is to go ahead and sign up for our email list. That way, as soon as we produce the video, you get an alert sent directly to you saying that we have already released the weekly market predictions instead of having to wait 3 full days before getting that notification. So if this information seems like it would be valuable to your own personal trading, then make sure you go ahead and sign up for our email list by clicking the link in the description. Now, as for this entry reason, we actually have to go down to an hourly time frame and take a look at it. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we are on a 60-minute time frame. Right here is our level, and do you guys notice anything about that level? If I do this, do you notice anything? What is that? Well, that's a double top, right? We have a market that pushes up to our major level of structure, pushes down for a neckline, pushes up, creates a double top. Now, that's well and good, but what else do we have? Well, if we bring on an RSI, we have a double top. We have the first top making this overbought high RSI reading, and the next top is all the way out of overbought and way lower than this first one, making this a double top with RSI divergence. Whenever we have an equal to or higher top in price action and a lower peak on the RSI indicator. That's what we call RSI divergence. So right here at this key level of structure, we pointed out using an extremely simple entry reason of a double top with an RSI divergence would have proven to be a great trading opportunity. That trade would have looked something like this. We would have had a stop loss above our previous level of structure resistance that would have looked something like that, keeping us from being stopped out by this little push up we had. And then we could have had a target all the way down to that previous level of structure. Again, that trade would have looked something like this based on that double top entry. So that's just an example of some things you could be looking for at these key levels of structure. Now let's go ahead and head back out to a daily chart and talk about what we're expecting next out of the dollar Swiss. Back out here on the daily chart, we're hovering around the 0.938 level again, level that did act as resistance right here, pushing the market down. But here we're not really expecting support out of this level. The things I'll be looking for this week on the dollar Swiss is if we get a push back up into 0.9446, I'll be looking for resistance at that area. If we get a push above that, I'll look for resistance once more at 0.954. And if we get a push lower, I will be looking for counter trend support around the 0.9295 level, same area where the market found support last week. Now, if we push below that area, in the continuation of this downtrend, we'll be looking at 0.9163 for our next level of possible counter trend support here on the dollar Swiss. So there was a breakdown of the dollar Swiss. There was a breakdown of 3 major Forex pairs. I hope this brought value to your trading, and I hope this was educational and helps you on your path to becoming a consistently profitable trader. Now here at the Trading Channel, we try to help traders accomplish that goal of becoming independently profitable a few different ways. One of which, of course, is the free information that we offer here on YouTube, but we also have more advanced training in a couple of courses and training programs that we offer, one of which is the EAP Training Program. This is a program we've had for the last couple of years, and it's really helped a lot of traders on their path to becoming profitable. In that program, we teach you our entire arsenal of trading strategies and entry reasons that we use, along with some more advanced training on structure and trend, and most importantly, we teach a lot about risk management and discipline throughout that program. The program comes with 3 to 5 email alerts per week of trades we're actually placing, not as a signal service, but to show you exactly how we're looking at the market. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because we're about to completely revamp the entire EAP training course, meaning we're going to be redoing some of the course material. The fact of the matter is that we released this course 2 years ago, and I believe in continuous improvement. Of course, over the past 2 years, there's been some things that I have learned to help improve that course. So what I'm going to do is create some new course material. We're going to be reorganizing the entire course to make it more beginner friendly and also to make it even easier to understand than it already is for those of you, whether you're a beginner or someone who's already advanced in the trading world. So because of all these improvements we're going to do, because of the time it's going to take, the price of the course is going to be going up over the next couple of months. And this price increase will only affect new members. If you're already an existing EAP Training Program member, don't worry about it. Your price will stay the same for the lifetime of your membership. The price will be going up though for anyone who subscribes as a new member within the next couple of months. So if you would like to get in before that price increase, then there is a link in the description to the EAP Training Program labeled EAP Training Program. You can click that link, learn a little more about the program, and decide whether or not you would like to take advantage of some more advanced training in the Forex market. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. As I said before, I hope this video brought value to your trading. If it did, go ahead and click that like button for me. Subscribe here if you're new and interested in getting alerts whenever we come out with more videos like this. I wish you all the best of luck in your future trades, and I'll see you guys in the next video.